What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Age, and I am back to talk about episode 9 of Pit Babe. So, guys, it is episode 9, and we are more than halfway done with the Pit Babe series. After this, we only have about 4 more episodes, I believe. So, let's enjoy the boys while we still have them. So, let's go ahead and hop right on into it. This episode starts off with Babe and Charlie in the car at night, and clearly something is wrong with Babe. I mean, clearly they almost died, so Babe has a right to feel sad and worried, but he is right. Charlie does have a knack for making big things small, because basically Charlie tells him in the car, it's okay, don't think too much about it. You know how Charlie is. But you guys can really tell that Babe is in love. Underline, in love, okay? With Charlie, because he is so worried about him and doesn't want anything to happen to Charlie. I will say, Babe is kind of moving out of that self-centered a-hole who I personally did not care much for at the beginning of this series, except for his body and his very pretty face. And speaking of face and body, Pavel really reminds me of the main character in the next show that I am going to review after this, so stay tuned and tell me what y'all think once it is revealed. But I digress. Babe tells Charlie that it is not too late for him to turn back. That he can defeat Tony on his own and Charlie doesn't have to be involved. But Charlie said that he spent his whole life trying to be with Babe and that he won't let Babe do any of this on his own. And y'all, that is so sweet and romantic to me. It really is. They might be growing on me a little bit. So the next scene, I giggled, okay? Only because the subtitles said gangbanged. I almost got gangbanged, is what it said, okay? Okay, anyway. For real. Alan, North, and Sonic are back at Alan's house, after they escaped from Tony's men. And, y'all, at least Wei had the decency to ask, where's Kim? I told y'all Kim and Wei should have been together a long time ago, but no one listens to me. Anyway, North said that there were so many people locked in that building where Kim was, and that he believes that it is an international human trafficking ring. So not just children, but everybody. Alan was like, from now on, we all have to live at my house. No one goes home. And y'all, how BL is that? I just love it. A bunch of just fine-ass dudes living in a house together, doing nothing. Anyway, he said that they should live in his house together for a while because it's too dangerous for all of them to not live together, basically. They could pick them off one by one. Then we see a flashback of the little kid, Andy, when he had bumped into Babe at the gambling place. He put something in Babe's pocket. And then we see Wei sneaking and looking at Babe from out of the window of Alan's house. Y'all, what is with Wei, okay? He is being so sneaky. What is this boy up to? Does Wei know something? If you do know something, pretty baby, please spit it out, okay? Anyway, Babe leaves the house. And gosh, then we have Sonic, North, and his huge-ass Q-tip again. But this scene is actually adorable as well. The banter between these two, I just know they will end up together as a couple. I do at this point. I am going to place my bet on them. And y'all know that when the big Q-tip comes out, the two are in love. That is my theory with every Thai BL, okay? Oh, and then Alan begins to ask questions about what Jeff likes to Charlie, beating around the bush, and Charlie is like, you can flirt with my brother if you want to. I don't care. I give you my permission to date him. Just hurry up and ask him out, though. Gosh. Even Charlie is getting impatient with Alan, including me, because I would like to see them together. So Alan was like, I tried. Jeff is just being, Jeff-like. And we all know how Jeff is. So hopefully he can get some pointers and get some progress with his little relationship with our Jeffy boy. Babe is led to this building by the clue that Andy, the trafficked child, had left him on that piece of paper he put in his pocket. So Babe is sneaking around this building, and I was shocked to see Pete there. What? Is Pete purchasing children? No. Anyway, Pete purchases all of the children on that particular auction. Now, of course, I wasn't quick to judge because this could all be for good. Like Pete is purchasing the kids to free them, but it could also be for bad, and Pete is a low down dirty shame who is as bad as Tony. I believe last episode he said he wanted to investigate Tony by using his company to do the auctions as well. Anyway, after Babe punches his Pete and confronts him, we got the answer from Pete. He is trying to get evidence to convict Tony, like I stated, was mentioned in the last episode, so he's technically there for good, I guess. I just really hope it's the truth, because you never know with these characters. But wait, because this kind of leads me to think that Pete is telling the truth to Babe. Pete drops two humongous bombs here. He tells Babe that not only was he, Pete, one of Tony's kids as well, but Pete is also an enigma. A special kid. Okay, remember I did the definition of enigma in episode 8, right? But wait, because he might also be the person that Tony was talking to that Jeff had saw, who is an enigma as well. So he might be that enigma. I will not put it past him, okay? Like right now, sorry, but Pete can't be trusted all the way. No. But then out of the blue, Ray shows up. He followed Babe to the trafficking place. Y'all, I don't know. Ray has me feeling some type of way, okay? With his beautiful, very beautiful self. But for some reason, I cannot trust Ray all the way right now either, okay? Babe tells Ray that the enigma Tony is hiding is Pete. Ray's potential boot thing. Because remember, Pete and Ray were sitting there talking in the club, and they kind of looked like they were hitting it off a little bit, even though Ray was going through like a traumatic experience of losing his best friend and his lover in his head. And he was too blinded to even realize that he could be in a relationship with Pete, who is a rich baby daddy. So when Babe told Ray this enigma information about Pete, Ray was shocked. But the next scene, when Jeff breaks free and calls Charlie, letting him know who the enigma is, I don't believe Tony's enigma is Pete. Charlie would not have that type of reaction, and the music wouldn't be that dramatic if it was Pete, because it's already revealed that Pete is an enigma. So who could it be? Then, and y'all, my heart broke when I saw this, okay? And I knew I couldn't mistake such a beautiful, fine jawbone when I saw that person behind Tony's shadow who he was speaking to, with, you know, the enigma that Jeff had saw. Look at me, I'm even stumbling on my words, cause y'all, my soul was so sad. Okay, it is revealed that Tony's enigma is Way. Y'all, my heart. So, Way has powers. He was an orphan. He was one of Tony's children. And he is more powerful than Way because he is an enigma. And sadly, Way is also working for Tony. When I saw this, I had to take a minute because y'all know I have been riding with Way this whole show, okay? And I did not know my emotions would make me feel like this. And side note, I really do think that Way was surprised when Babe told him that P was an enigma, because I don't think Way knew that either. But I digress. And then at the same time I was dealing with my emotions after this reveal, Charlie had to call Babe and let Babe know that it was Way. Way is the enigma. And before I could, or Babe could, process our emotions, we see what Way's powers are. Way can control people by touching them. And he uses it here on Babe. Y'all, my heart is screaming and I don't know what to do. Y'all, I'm so mad. Way has been lying to us this whole time. And I thought this was bad, but we gotta get through the next scene, okay? I have to give Supernova Halfenage some acting accolades here. He pissed me off so much. So, let's do it. Okay. So, Way took Babe back to Way's home, and he had him on the couch caressing Babe. and it looked like Babe couldn't move. Babe was controlling Babe's body, and Babe looked like really ready to murder Babe. Okay, understandably so. And the things Babe was telling Babe, basically, what, like, go back to Tony and like, what, who, have a family with Babe? I couldn't quite understand that. What does Babe mean by have a baby with him? They're both boys. So I had to think, okay, alpha enigmas. And I was like, oh my God, unless they're talking about like male pregnancy, like he can't be. In a show, like in a Thai BL, I've never seen them talk about like male pregnancies before, but I guess here it is. And I was really thinking to myself, are we doing the real fucking Omegaverse where they can knock up Babe? Like, what? Like, my mind was tripping. It was not computing when I was watching this. And so, he is so creepy when he's doing this to Babe. Ray is desperate and flat out jealous and, dare I say it, hopeless with no way out. He has... Oh, Jesus. Oh, gosh. Can Ray really knock out Babe? Then Ray says, don't be scared. I don't want to hurt you. Y'all, forget Babe, okay? Ray, you hurt me in this scene, okay? Just, you are treacherous, just blasphemous, volatile. I would really like to reach into that screen and slap the hell out of his pretty face, y'all. Then he fucking kisses Babe. And Babe is struggling, panicking, but he, of course, cannot move. And y'all, this is just sad. Your best fucking friend. Your best friend. Yeah, I can hardly express the words or the betrayal that I'm feeling. I could just imagine what the heck Babe is going through. Like, Babe is whimpering on this part, and I feel so much hurt for him. Like, your best friend is about to fucking rape you. The mental mind fuck, I know I'm saying fuck a lot, but it's a mental mind fuck that anyone will be going through right now is insane. When I tell you, in this whole show, I have never been this happy to see Charlie. Like, seriously. But Charlie came in with the hands, whipping ass, but Ray used his powers on Charlie to incapacitate him as well. Then, that must have freed Babe, because Babe suddenly could move again, and then he began to whoop Ray's ass. And those hits were personal. And then they start to fuss. Babe is clearly betrayed, saddened after all these years, over 10 years of Ray lying to him, manipulating him. Y'all, like, that is a really bad friend. And then I also caught Ray's words. He asked Babe, does he have a better way to make Tony stop? He truly believes submitting to Tony will make Tony decide to leave him, Babe, and the team alone. And I truly believe that Ray believes that, like, his way is right, even though to everyone else his way is so wrong. And now we open the can of worms about Ray being raised by Tony, controlled by Tony, and used and abused by him as well. God, this episode has me in my emotions with a lot on my mind. This is so much to unpack here. And then at the end of it all, Ray is still trying to protect Babe in his own way, in the most fucked up way. And in the end, Babe basically tells Ray, get out of my life. Whew. This scene was breaking me, okay? They are both so hurt, and their friendship is definitely coming to an end. Babe was betrayed. Ray's love will never be requited, and he, in fact, ran him into another's arms. On top of that, he tried to fucking rape him. The emotions are so crazy right now. Me, them, everybody. Everybody's emotion watching this episode is just going to shit. And then there's a little flashback of Ray and Babe's friendship. And, like, I cannot, y'all. Oh, my gosh. Pavel crying? I can't. Then Tony slapping Ray in the face is the next scene. And questioning his loyalty. Which might be good for us in the end. Because if Tony is questioning his loyalty, then maybe there might be a little change in Ray's thinking. I don't know. Turns out Tony has been funding Way's lifestyle, and Way has effectively been being abused by Tony physically, emotionally, basically calling him a loser and useless, saying that Way couldn't even get Babe, and damn, Supernut is tall. Supernut is really tall. He clears Tony. Sorry. Way let it be known to Tony, however, that Charlie has Babe's power now. And now Tony is aiming for Charlie instead of Babe. So, all that to say, I was pretty salty the rest of the episode. Alan has a super nice house, I will say that, okay? So Alan decides to take up a random swim because he is frustrated about something or someone. North and Sonic are trying to figure out what it is. At this point, everyone knows about Way. Turns out Alan is worried about Jeff. And Sonic and North calls Alan out immediately on this and says, would you be acting like this if it were me or Sonic not texting you back, like Jeff isn't texting you back? And we all know no, because Alan is actually in love with Jeff and not in love with those two. And Alan doesn't even notice it yet. Like, he doesn't realize that he's in love with Jeff. And North and Sonic basically tells him the same thing Charlie did, which is to go make a move on Jeff. And Alan goes. He goes and visits Jeff and also buys Jeff some food. When they were chatting, Jeff told Alan that Kenta took his phone and was probably reading text messages because Jeff himself didn't see them, and Alan had said that someone had read them. Then Alan asks if Jeff is afraid or worried that Tony would come after Jeff again, and Jeff mentioned that he is still useful to Tony and he wouldn't kill Jeff per se. And I was wondering, how is Jeff useful to Tony? Of course, you can see the future, so, I mean, if that's it, then that's it. But I feel like there might be something else, some other reason why Jeff might be useful to Tony besides selling him off to a rich human trafficker to do who knows what. Alan is so worried about Jeff, and it's so cute. And Jeff he's a smart boy, so he could figure it out, too. He could tell that Alan is really caring for him. Then Alan gives Jeff his cell phone to use, and to me, that's just bold, because maybe he cleared it out before he gave it to him. Like, he must really love that boy. And then, and this one actually shocked me, Jeff asked if he can call himself Alan's boy. I didn't realize Jeff reciprocated, because don't being someone's boy mean lover in a Thai BL? At least that's what Love in the Air had taught me, right? When Rain was Payu's boy. Also, Jeff likes Alan? And for Alan to be the one who is nervous, I thought it would have been the opposite way. Then Uncle really liked little boy Jeff is like, nah, and left. But then Jeff had a really scary vision after Alan had left, and he tells Charlie about the vision. So we know here that Tony doesn't know all the details about Charlie's ability to take other people's powers. Of course, we could guess that being that Tony thought that Charlie was kind of useless. Well, until Charlie got Babe's power. But now, after Ray told Tony Babe's power is in Charlie, Tony probably knows or has an idea. So yes, Jeff and Charlie's plan is to save everyone from dying. So Jeff goes back to Tony's house to start him and Charlie's plan, to get it started. In the meantime, and in between time, Dean comes back to race at X Hunter again. And yeah, to me, Dean is so adorable. I just like all the boys, okay? He's so adorable to me. His face is so cute. But my thing is, why all of a sudden? Did he really have a change of heart? He could have. But anyway, someone needs to replace Way, so this is a perfect opportunity for Dean to come back and step up. So, in the meantime, what is Way up to? Is he just going to start working for Tony? Is he going to get revenge on Charlie and try to take Babe back? He can't just go away. Way is strong and smart and manipulative as fuck. And he's also an enigma. He's not just going to go away that easily. I really hope Way is not truly evil. I don't think so. He is just being manipulated by Tony and is in a tough spot, just like the rest of them, okay? However, if I were in Way's shoes and had his powers, I would have been using my powers to manipulate Tony and all of the men there to get me what I wanted. But enough about Way for now. He still pissed me off. So, The race is the next day, and ex-Hunter is getting ready, and this really sweet scene happens. Charlie is starting to understand the severity of Babe's symptoms with his powers. All of his symptoms were amplified, and that's why he needed all of that that sex and those sex partners to help him focus. That's what we saw at the beginning of the show. And since Babe understands, Babe helps Charlie focus. And focus they do. And they do. They do. And I feel so sorry for Charlie. He actually looked truly terrified before he raced. But besides that, I'm not going to lie, it's also a really sexy scene. So just go watch it for yourselves. And then the race happened, but sadly, winner was, well, the winner. Fuck. That cute ass guy. Yo. Winner really is an asshole.